Namaskaram. So, day 10 of the SaveSoil journey. We have finished 10% of the journey, but it's still a long way to go. And hope that whatever pledge you have taken to contribute for 100 days, it's going well for you. For those of you who haven't yet decided about some activity or sadhana which you'll do continuously throughout this period, please see if you can still make use of this opportunity. We have another 90 days left. At least use this as an opportunity to see if you can take up something and do it consistently. And this would be your offering towards the Save Soil movement. Because when you do something, at least for this, when you do this activity daily, whether you like it or you don't like it, whether your mind is saying yes or no, at least if you do this activity on a daily basis, it should remind you about soil. It should be in your consciousness that something like the soil needs to be taken care of, and this is your contribution. So doing something daily for the same, it could be as simple as doing a yogic practice, or doing a painting or singing or whatever else you wish to do. If you just take that up, and every day if you do it, irrespective of whether your mind says yes to it or no, if you just do this, not only will you break the patterns of your mind in terms of likes and dislikes, it can help you transcend that, and at the same time it can help you to make this deeply embedded in you, that how important it is to work and at least contribute towards rejuvenating the soil. And this is very important, because once it is there in our consciousness, then it has to manifest. It has to somehow happen that things will happen in the outside world as well, that things will change for the better. So this is the first step. So please see, even those who haven't joined yet, please see if you can make use of the same. We have made a Facebook group to support people to share with each other during this journey. It's a long journey, and someone is riding 30,000 kilometers. Sadhguru is riding 30,000 kilometers, and for us, at least sitting at home or wherever we are, we can do only this much, that we can do our bit to make this alive in our consciousness, that this is something which is very important. So continuing with what we looked at in the last few days about how we can be in touch with the earth and the elements. So today I thought we'll share another way in which you can make this connection deeper. So as you know, our body is made of 5 elements: the earth, water, wind, fire and space. So consciously, if you can be aware that when you eat food, or when you drink water, or when you breathe, or when you walk on the floor, if every time you can be conscious, or at least the space which is enveloping you, if you can be conscious at least 5 times a day, that these are something which you are borrowing from the planet, you are taking from the planet. If you can bring a certain sense of reverence towards these, if not 5 times a day, if you are very preoccupied, at least 3 times a day, if you can consciously bring a sense of reverence to the food that you eat, to the water that you drink, to the air that you breathe, to the earth that you walk upon, and the very space that is enveloping you, if you can consciously bring a sense of reverence to these on a daily basis, at least 3 times a day, then the way these elements behave within you can change dramatically, and life can happen in a very different way. You may have heard about Pitru Prem, Matru Prem, where they say about being having love towards these, having sense of reverence or love towards this. So similarly, there is something called as Prithvi Prema as well, which is love for the Mother Earth. So in the Isha Yoga Center, you'll see that if you've been there for some time, you'll see they also do an activity called as Prithvi Prema Seva. Especially on Ekadashis, I think they do this, where on this day they'll engage with the earth. They'll at least spend a few hours doing some activity where it can nurture their love for the earth, maybe by putting their hands in the soil or doing some gardening activity or whatever else they can do to be in touch with the earth. That is part of Prithvi Prema Seva, their sadhana or effort to be in as an offering or to show their love towards Mother Earth. So it's very important to have this sense of reverence towards Mother Earth. So consciously, if we can do this every day, at least 3 times a day, if we can bring this into our awareness and consciously bring a sense of reverence that when we eat, it's a part of the planet. When we drink water, it is from the planet. When we breathe, it is from the planet. When we walk, it is, that we are walking upon this planet. It is this planet, the air, the space which is enveloping us. So if you can consciously be, reminded of this at least 3 times a day, that we are actually getting all of these things from the planet. And, if you can bring a certain sense of reverence, life can change dramatically. So please experiment with this. Right now, it may be just an intellectual awareness. The real, in terms of your experience, if it really becomes a part of your experience, then it means like you're experiencing the earth just like how you experience the little finger. But right now, that may be something which may not be possible for all of us. But at least if we start by taking, the step of bringing this into our awareness intellectually at least, then slowly it can, we can work towards making it a part of our experiential reality as well. It can happen over a period of time. So let's try to take this step. I would encourage all of you to bring this into your awareness and share with us how did you feel when you just were consciously aware about all these things. At least few times a day when you are consciously aware, what was your experience? If you can share with us, it would be wonderful to hear from all of you. Namaskar.